Star Wars Visions Ronin by Emma Candon is the tie-in book of the episode The Duel from the series Star Wars Visions. It is in fact the continuation of that episode, and is set in its own universe. That's right, none of this story is canon, but it is still a great Star Wars story. In this book, the story follows the Ronin as he wanders the Outer Rim. During his wandering, he bumps into a mysterious character that the book refers to as the Traveller. The Traveller tags along with Ronin as they make their way to the nearest city and spaceport. Once at the city, the Ronin is quickly thrown onto a journey that leads to him battling Jedi, making allies and enemies, whilst attempting to hunt down the Witch of the Sith, who actually turns out to be... To avoid spoilers, I suggest you read the book for yourself to find that one out. Or do what I did and pick up the audiobook, narrated by Joe de la Fuente. Yes, I've never heard of him either, but he does an excellent job with the narration, and the sound design for this audiobook is the best yet, with it making use of sci-fi sounding Japanese music. Which brings me to my next point. You're all probably wondering, what even is Star Wars Visions? Star Wars Visions is a project that allowed for full creative freedom to the best anime studios, which allowed these studios to tell their own Star Wars stories without being held back by the restrictions of the main Star Wars canon. These studios went on to create 9 short episodes, some of which were great, such as The Duel, but the rest were either meh or okay. The series is available to watch on Disney+, and there looks to be a season 2 in development. Anyway, back to the book review. This book is set in a universe with drastic differences from the one we all know. There is an empire that the Jedi of this universe serve. The Jedi themselves are more blood-based with different clans and families, and mostly feel more like the villains. The Sith, in fact, although they use the dark side of the Force, appear to be more like the Jedi we know. It's a rather odd role reversal, and it's kind of hard to explain. The book does a better job at it. The whole book, although great, was at moments hard to follow, even with a narrator. However, that shouldn't be a deal breaker for anyone intending to get this book for themselves or a friend or family member. It is overall a brilliant Star Wars story, and although isn't canon, it does fit well into the premise of Visions. This book has my recommendation. This has been the hardest review to write. This has been the Hyperspace Broadcast. Thank you for tuning in.